Welcome to Mary's Eclectic Interests. Today I'll be preparing an asparagus casserole, and that's going to include, of course, your asparagus, and we're going to have 1 tablespoon of butter, 1 tablespoon of unbleached flour, 1 cup of milk, 4 hard-cooked eggs, and 1/2 cup of buttered breadcrumbs, 1 1/2 cups cooked asparagus. The recipe says for 1-inch pieces, so I cut mine. You can see it's a 1/2 inch. I would say a 1/2 inch. And I like that size better. It's easier. You don't have a big piece in your mouth, especially if also children are eating it. 1 inch is, it is quite large. And I like everything smaller. You'll notice I'm not going to go all the way to the end. I'm just going to take what I call the tender portion of the asparagus, because I can get 1 1/2 in here. I have a long way to go. Well, I'll be doggone, I have 1 1/2 cups. Look at that, all that asparagus, and I get 1 1/2 cups, which is what I need. Okay, now we have the asparagus, and that's going to be cooking in my weird little, you notice all my stuff has water spots, and that's from the dishwasher. If anybody has a suggestion on, I think I read somewhere where they said put white vinegar in. I don't know if that works or not, but it seems I clean my dishes before I put them on. There we go. And this is going to have to boil and simmer. Then we're going to have a different one on. Here's the second one. It's working. And this one here, uh-oh. Okay, I'm going to have to turn it this way because my power strip is way over there. This one here, I have to make a white sauce, and that's with your flour and your butter and your milk. And I need a little salt and pepper. Let me see, we have a tablespoon of butter. Now this I have made before. We're going to melt the butter, but this smells. I can smell. You can't smell this. I can smell this, and I'm not sure which one of these. If it's this one that smells or the other one that smells, we'll find out in a little while if it all goes kapoof. And here's my butter. I think I have that on way too high. We're going to turn it down a little bit. And this goes in here. I'll call back. Well, I'll get that out. That was my neighbor calling. At the most, oh, now she's calling the other phone. Great. Judy, can I call you back? I'm filming. Thanks. Yep, all right, bye. Okay, I'm going to take this off. Watch, this whole thing is going to be goofed up. Now here's my fun little whisk that I like so well. All right, let's see what happens when I do this. Now I'm going to put this in little by little, and the reason I'm doing it little by little is I don't want it to get, I'm trying to mix it in with this so I don't get big chunks of flour later on. What I'm making is a white sauce. Okay, I might end up ruining this whole thing. Got a couple of phone calls and I tell people I'm filming, but we have some crazy stuff going on in our neighborhood. All right, I think I've got most of I'm hoping I have most of those clunks out of there. And I'm just going to keep putting this in little by little. And I'm going to raise up my heat because this has to get thick. And I'm going to put in some salt. And you can put in whatever you like. And here's some pepper. And I might even put a little bit more salt in, because this is kind of a bland dish. Let's see how we're doing over here. Oops, that's right, I turned that off when let's get this back on, because I need that to steam. I might have my white sauce before I have my... And you're supposed to continue with the white sauce. Might as well get the rest of that in there. Okay, now that I have all that flour blended in, I can get rid of this, and I'm just going to use a regular wooden spoon, because this has to come to a boil and it has to thicken. Okay, now I'm forgetting this, and it'll probably burn to the bottom. Never leave, what do they say, everything boils when the cook walks away. I already preheated my oven to 350 degrees. And when I get this white sauce done, which I should have been doing when I walked away, but well, it'll all work out. It either will or it won't, and what could I say? I'm going to eat it anyway because I am so hungry. Okay, this looks pretty thick. I'm going to turn this all off. I'm going to let this one cool off, and I'm going to move this pan over. And then I can unplug this. And it's hot, but it's just this portion up on the top, and I'm going to move it over here. There. There. All right, so we have that done. This is steaming. So we have that going. I'm going to clean this up. Bad. This is just regular. I use a lot of butter. Those who want to use margarine can do so. I'm a butter person. Okay. So I'm going to get this all like that. Okay, now that's my buttered dish. I can get rid of this now. And what do we have now? We have this going. And man, is it steaming. Wow. I'm going to take some, a little bit out, see if it's, what I want is, I don't want it mushy because it's going to be in the oven for about 15 minutes, but I want it a nice, just cooked. Nope, nowhere near there yet. So this has to go for a while longer. Not real well. So here this is what you're looking for. You're looking for this really nice peeled egg. This one I had done before these three, and I didn't do this. I was hasty, and I just kind of did let's just get it done and that's it. So here we go. But we're going to cheat. I have one of these things. And whatever no matter how ugly your eggs look, when you put it through here, look at how nice they look. Perfectly good. Look at how nice. So I'm going to put those in. And it doesn't really matter what you put in first, what you put in second. So here's my ugly eggs that didn't peel real well. And they're not even going to cut. Oh, come on. That's mean. It's not even going to cut well. There. Nope, they didn't even cut well. That looks terrible. Just remember, you're going to be eating it. Oh, I overcooked these eggs. That's why. That's why I'm having trouble with them. I threw them in one night. Now this one went okay. Look at that. That one went. It's ugly, but it did slice really nice. And here's my other one. Just remember, this is all going in a casserole. You're going to plop it on the plate and nobody's going to see it anyhow. Okay, I have all the eggs in there. Now we're waiting for our asparagus to cook. Our white sauce is done. And this is a nice thickness of white sauce. I like this. Came out very nice. Whee! So at least the white sauce came out. So here's the white sauce. And we're just waiting for the asparagus. Once the asparagus is done, that will go into the oven. And it's only going to be in there for approximately 15 minutes. Everything's going to be pretty, hot. So let's see how this is. Boy, does this, when you're doing this, look at how green they look. Jeez, they look nice. Okay, they're cooked, so I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to, there we go. There goes all that lovely, lovely, lovely asparagus broth or vegetable broth. Okay. All right, so it wants me to put everything in here. And here's this. And I just threw those eggs in there just because. There you go, there's the asparagus. And let's get the eggs in. I just wanted to show you what they look like. And basically this is it. It's a very, very simple dish. And I'm actually going to have this for supper, but it makes a very nice breakfast dish. I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to add some more salt and pepper. And this is a very small pan. I should say this is a large, I should have put it in a smaller pan. And okay, let's spread it. See, you can see why this is way too big of a pan. I usually put it in a different one. It's a glass one, but it is what it is. This pan just happened to look a little nicer, so I thought, okay, we'll throw it in here. And I'm trying to get these eggs put the eggs around a little bit more, so you can see why it only takes a few minutes in the oven. All right, I have that spread out pretty good. Let's get the asparagus over here and this over there. Now we have our buttered bread. Now the butter, what I do, because a loaf of bread lasts me forever, all my bread goes right into the freezer. So I took out the heel of the bread, the frozen bread, buttered it, and it seems to chop up so much better in your, I just have a little food processor. I call it a mini one. And this is probably a little bit more than a half a cup, but I don't believe in, what am I going to do with a little bit of breadcrumbs left? So and so now you see what it looks like. And I'm going to be putting it in the oven for 15 minutes. And then I'll call my neighbor back. All right, so I have my egg dish out of the oven, and this is what it looks like. And this is actually going to be my dinner tonight. And it's after 7:30. I normally eat around 6, but that's okay. So here it is. I'm going to have, there we go. I'll eat half of it tonight. Well, not quite half. So I'm going to have something to eat, and then after that I'm going to clean up my great big mess that I have here. And in case you're wondering, I have the oven going. So I'm going to put some rolls in the oven. Not any that I make from scratch. They're in a can. But it's a comfort food night. And I'm going to have my eggs, and then I'm going to have my cinnamon rolls. Well, you have to have at least one when they come out of the oven.